we're the winner. We won, okay? They are militarily defeated. The only thing they have is the psychology of, oh, we're going to drop a couple of mines in the water, all right?
Donald Trump is still loudly clinging to his narrative of victory, even as the reality on the battlefield shows the war slipping further out of Washington's control. With at least 13 U.S. troops killed and multiple high-value aircraft downed, the human and hardware cost of this war is now impossible to spin away. Iran has moved quickly to flip the script on Trump's boasts, arguing that the balance of power has shifted and that it is Tehran, not Washington, that now holds the upper hand. In a dramatic escalation, an Iranian advisor has gone so far as to demand that the United States effectively surrender within 20 hours. As Iran raises the stakes with harsher warnings and bolder rhetoric, the Pentagon suddenly looks boxed in, with fewer options that don't risk an even wider escalation. Only hours after Trump issued his latest threat against Iran, an influential Iranian advisor turned the tables, reframing the confrontation as one where the US, not Tehran, is running out of time. According to reports, Mahdi Mohammadi, an advisor to Parliament Speaker Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf, bluntly said that it is now Trump who must submit to Iran if he wants to avoid disaster for his allies. He warned that Trump has roughly 20 hours to back down and accept Iran's terms, or else American-aligned states in the region will face consequences severe enough to drag them back to the Stone Age. Mohammadi posted these remarks on X on April 7th, timing his message to collide directly with Trump's own deadline and undercut the US narrative of control. Mohammadi said, and I quote, "Iran has clearly and overtly won the war and will only accept an ending that consolidates its gains and creates a new security regime in the region. The true state of affairs is this: it is Trump who has about 20 hours to either surrender to Iran or his allies will return to the Stone Age. We will not back down." End quote. Before this, Trump had once again reiterated his threats against Iran, warning of more strikes and linking his pressure campaign to the reopening of the Strait of Hormuz.
Late Thursday night, an American F-15 fighter jet went down deep inside enemy territory in Iran while participating in Operation Epic Fury, where we're doing unbelievably well, well at a level that nobody's ever seen before. The entire country can be taken out in one night, and that night might be tomorrow night. That's why so many people say, oh, well, why are you doing this way? We can't let Iran have a nuclear weapon. You know, we got regime change, we do. We're dealing with a much different regime than before. We're dealing with different people. They're smarter. I think they're sharper and far less radical. We have regime change, but we didn't do this for regime change. We did it for the fact, and my view was very simple. I saw somebody said, oh, he doesn't have a plan. I have the best plan of all, but I'm not going to tell you what my plan is. You know, they want me to say, here's my plan. We're going to attack at 9:47 in the morning, and then we're going to do this, and then we're going to... And if you don't do that, they say, I have a plan. These people know what the plan is. Everybody here knows what the plan is. But it's very unfair to say, you know, because I don't mind being insulted. I've been insulted for many years by the fake news. But you can't... It's so bad for people that are so you just saw two great, and John Ratcliffe, three unbelievable people. They have a plan. Every single thing has been thought out by all of us. But I can't reveal the plan to the media. So, you know, but we're just thrilled by the success of this operation. Yes, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. You've said Iranians would be mad if you stopped these attacks, but why would they want you to blow up their infrastructure, to cut off their power? Wouldn't that be punishing Iranians for the actions of the regime?
They would be willing to, and it's suffering, they would be willing to suffer that in order to have freedom. Essentially, they have till 8 o'clock tomorrow night, Eastern time. But we are dealing with them. I think it's going well. Mr. Witkoff is here, and JD's involved in the dealing. Mr. Witkoff is sitting right here, and I think it's going fine, but we'll have to see. You have to understand, we've been dealing with these people for 47 years. I'm standing here with a much more powerful Iran as of a month ago, not anymore. Right now, they are decapitated. But I'm standing here a month ago with a much more powerful Iran than it was at any point during 47 years.
Are you concerned that your threat to bomb power plants and bridges amount to
war
crimes?
No, not at all. No, I'm not. I hope I don't have to do it. But again, I just said 47 years they've been negotiating with these people. They're great negotiators, and because they're not going to have a nuclear weapon. And if somebody that takes my place someday is weak and ineffective, which possibly that will happen because we had numerous presidents that were weak, ineffective, and afraid of Iran, we're never going to let Iran have a nuclear weapon.
Your messaging on the war has moved from the war is coming to an end to war going to be bombing Iran to the Stone Ages. Right. And we've heard a range of those kind of messages. So which is it? Are you winding this down or are you escalating it?
I can't tell you. I don't know. I can't tell you. It depends what they do. This is a critical period. They have a period of, well, till tomorrow at 8 o'clock. I gave them an extension. They asked for an extension of 7 days, right? I said, Steve, give them 10 days. 10 days is up actually today, so I gave them 11, I guess, indirectly. I thought it was inappropriate the day after Easter. I want to be a nice person. They have till tomorrow. Now, we'll see what happens. I can tell you they're negotiating, we think, in good faith. We're going to find out. We're getting the help of some incredible countries that want this to be ended because it affects them also. A lot of people are affected by this. But we're giving them till tomorrow, 8 o'clock Eastern Time. And after that, they're going to have no bridges. They're going to have no power plants. Stone Ages, yeah. Stone Ages. CNN fake news.
Are you willing to make a deal that does not include reopening the Strait of Hormuz, or is that now a top priority?
I would say it's a very big priority because, see, that's one thing that's a little different than other things. We can bomb the hell out of them. We can knock them out for a loop. But to close the strait, all you need is one terrorist that somehow has a truck loaded with, because you can carry them in trucks, large trucks, a water mine, drop them in the water, and now you tell people that own ships that cost $1 billion to don't worry about the mine. You can do that even just by saying we put mines in the water. So it's not like the rest. We can knock out their military. We already have. We've knocked out their Navy. We've knocked out their Air Force completely. We've knocked out 158 ships in 3 days. We've knocked out even their mine droppers. They don't have any mine droppers anymore, but they put them on other boats, and they could drop them. I'm not even sure they have any mines there, by the way. I'm not sure. I'm personally, they say there might be 8. I don't know. I think there might be none.
Mr. President, are you allowed to, or are you willing to end this conflict with Iran charging tolls for passage through the Strait?
Us charging tolls?
Iran.
What about us charging tolls?
Is that something you're considering?
I'd rather do that than let them have them, right? Why shouldn't we? We're the winner. We won, okay? They are militarily defeated. The only thing they have is the psychology of, oh, we're going to drop a couple of mines in the water, all right? No, we have a concept where we'll charge tolls, okay? I thought you meant us. Your question would have been more accurate if you said us. Go ahead.
So just to clarify, in order for Iran to successfully meet your deadline tomorrow, do they have to make a deal, open the strait, or both?
We have to have a deal that's acceptable to me. And part of that deal is going to be we want free traffic of oil and everything else.
Soon after these dueling ultimatums, reports emerged that the Pentagon had quietly cancelled a press briefing that had been scheduled for April 7th, raising eyebrows in Washington and beyond. The session was supposed to feature War Secretary Pete Hegseth and Joint Chiefs Chairman General Caine, two of the key figures overseeing the U.S. war effort against Iran. It was timed for just hours before Trump's deadline on Iran was set to expire, which made its abrupt removal from the schedule even more striking. No official reason was given for why the briefing was cancelled, leaving analysts to wonder if U.S. planners were facing developments they didn't yet know how to spin to the public. The mission was launched to recover the second crew member of a downed F-15E Strike Eagle after the aircraft was shot down over Iranian territory during a combat sortie. For this operation, the U.S. deployed several highly specialized aircraft, including the MC-130J Commando 2, a long-range special operations transport configured for dangerous, low-visibility insertions. The MC-130J is among the most advanced aircraft in the U.S. inventory, designed to operate in hostile environments, penetrate defended airspace, and support covert or special operations forces. Each MC-130J is estimated to cost over $100 million. underscoring the enormous financial stakes involved when such platforms are committed to a single mission. These aircraft are equipped with sophisticated sensors, secure communications, and the ability to refuel in midair, enabling them to penetrate deep into contested territory and remain on station for extended periods. Despite their advanced capabilities, the mission reportedly encountered major challenges on the ground, including intense Iranian air defenses and local militia activity. US officials have confirmed that 2 of these MC-130J craft were destroyed during the course of the operation, marking a significant material loss for the US Special Operations Aviation Fleet. According to the Tasnim news agency, Iranian defenses targeted multiple US aerial assets, including helicopters and fixed-wing aircraft, during the high-risk raid. Iran's Revolutionary Guard reportedly said it had downed US jets, drones, and cruise missiles across multiple regions. Tehran also alleged it shot down 2 MQ-9 drones and destroyed a Hermes drone in key provinces. The US A-10 Warthog was also reportedly hit, with the pilot ejecting safely before the aircraft went down in Kuwait, NBC said. Iran also said another US jet was hit and later crashed into the Strait of Hormuz. Planet Labs said it will indefinitely withhold satellite imagery of Iran and the wider conflict area. The move followed a US request to satellite firms for an indefinite withhold of imagery, according to reports. The California-based company announced the decision in an email to customers, according to reporting cited by the Times of Israel. The new restriction expands an earlier 14-day delay already imposed on Middle East imagery. Planet Labs said the move was meant to prevent adversaries from using the images to attack the United States and its allies. Reports citing Planet Labs said the restriction applies retroactively from March 9, 2026. Planet Labs also said it would shift to a managed distribution of images rather than a normal release system. Under that approach, requests could still be considered for urgent, mission-critical, or public interest cases. Planet Labs said, and I quote, "These are extraordinary circumstances, and we are doing all we can to balance the needs of all our stakeholders." Unquote. This blackout reduces public and commercial visibility into battlefield damage inflicted by Iran across the conflict zone. Militaries use satellite technology for target identification, weapons guidance, missile tracking, and communication support. Analysts say Iran could still be accessing commercial imagery, including imagery obtained through US adversaries or other indirect channels. That matters because Iran has repeatedly claimed successful strikes on US assets and military targets in the region.